Welcome back, everyone. I am Psycho Emerald, and it has been a long time coming, but I finally have the Avengers Endgame Infinity Saga Thor figure. I got this for my birthday from my parents, so thank you guys very much. I really appreciate that. And I'm really excited to have this figure because when I initially first saw this figure and thought about getting it, it was on pre order to be released in July 2022. So that's how long I've been waiting to get this figure. I had plenty of chances to get it, but I ended up buying other figures and stuff instead. So I finally have him, and I'm so happy to have him. And you guys will probably notice Mjolnir is missing. I have taken that out, and I've dipped my toes a little bit into some customizing, which I've never done before. But we'll get to that when we get to the accessories. But other than Mjolnir, I have not taken anything else out of the package, so we'll still preserve the initial unboxing experience. So I'm excited to get this guy out. This is my favorite look for Thor in the whole MCU. A very close second would be Infinity War, but I just think this is so cool with the long hair and the jet black armor and the bright red cape, and when he has both weapons, super awesome. And even though he's put on a little bit of weight at this point, I still really think he looks awesome in this outfit. So yeah, I'm excited to get this guy out of the package. So let's check out the box real quick. First, I really like these Infinity Saga packages, so we'll quickly run through everything that's on the box. We have the Hasbro logo and some warnings down there. We have the Avengers logo, and then we have Marvel Studios, the Infinity Saga, Thor. Then we have the figure and his accessories in the window there, looking really cool. Legends series, Marvel Studios, Avengers Endgame. We have Avengers Endgame and Thor. And then back here we have Marvel Legends series. We have the poster for the movie, but Tony Stark's face is covered up. And then we have Thor, armed with Stormbreaker, and Mjolnir, the son of Odin, steps onto the battlefield to face Thanos one final time. We have some more warnings and stuff, Marvel and Hasbro logos. Then here we have some artwork, which is really cool. We got all sorts of different characters from the MCU there on this side artwork. We got the Avengers logo as well, Marvel Studios, the Infinity Saga. Then over here we have that same artwork, but some of the characters over here are different. So I think it might be a mural, like if you were to connect this with this, they might make kind of a mural, but it wouldn't exactly line up. You'd have to do some work to make it line up, but I think that's probably what it is. Down here, tons of legal stuff, nothing interesting. Yeah, and that's going to be it. Let's get the figure out of the package. Alright, so I got the trusty unboxing knife. Down here is where I slid it open so that I could get Mjolnir out of it before I did the review. So let's get the figure out. There we go. Let's get his hands out first. One and... Oops, bumped the camera there. Two. And then we got Stormbreaker. Looks real nice. And then here we've got the lightning effects, which are going to be really cool. And then the son of Odin himself. Alright, so there he is. Let's get all the packaging out of the way and we will take a look at Thor. Okay, so here we have Thor and all of his accessories, but let's check out Thor himself. Here's the God of Thunder. He has very bright red cape, which I really love the way this looks. The head sculpt, of course, is fantastic. I think it definitely looks like Chris Hemsworth. He does have the scar there from when he was slashed in the eye by Hela. You can see the lightning kind of glowing in his eyes. I think that looks really cool. His hair looks really good as well. It's painted, so it definitely brings out the details on it. Makes it look realistic. The beard as well is braided down here. It looks really good. And the armor, I think, looks great. All the little lines going down in the armor and then these, I don't know what to call these, but they always look cool. And you got kind of the pattern going on his sleeve armor. And then down here, we have bronze paint. We also have some of that up there. And the sculpt definitely makes these pants look good as well. I think it probably looks pretty accurate. I don't pay that much attention when it comes to these movies to the costume details, but I think these look good. They definitely look like realistic. They have good texture and they're well sculpted, and they've got paint details on them as well. And there's boots down there if you want to get a look at those. Very cool. I really love the way this figure looks. Pretty much was what drew me to the figure initially. It's got all these details that just bring out the look of this version of Thor. And yeah, so I've been wanting this guy for quite a long time. So I'm excited to finally have him in the collection, especially since now I have Endgame, Captain America, and Iron Man. I'll link those reviews up there if I remember to do so in the card. Not many people click on the cards anyways, but I'll link them up there if I remember to do so. So I do have Endgame, Captain America, and Iron Man. So I'll finally have the complete Endgame Trinity, which will be totally awesome to have all three of them on the shelf. So yeah, now that we've checked out the details on the figure, let's check out his accessories. All right, to get it out of the way first, here we have Mjolnir, my custom painted version. My brother had some silver spray paint lying around. It's definitely not a perfect spray paint job by any means, but yeah, my brother did let me use his silver spray paint that he's used for his Nerf guns, which he does do Nerf gun reviews with his friend Jack over on his channel, Underwater Cop. I'll try to remember to link it up there in the corner. And yeah, this silver paint is really nice. It's very chrome and metallic. It makes it actually look like real metal. The paint definitely isn't perfect. You can see some of my mistakes that I made while trying to paint it, but I think overall it ended up looking pretty good. And my plan is actually to have Cap holding this, not Thor, but I did want to show that because it does come with him, and I'll put up a picture of what it will actually look like when you get it out of the box. I don't really like the way it looks. I think it looks a little cheesy, a little cheap, the way they had it originally in the box. But Stormbreaker, however, actually looks pretty cool. I like the way they've done the lightning effect on Stormbreaker. It doesn't look as cheesy. It looks more like, you know, you've got it fading from silver to blue. It doesn't have the goofy like lightning bolt printing on it. So yeah, I really like the way Stormbreaker looks, and then the handle looks really nice as well. Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of the way Stormbreaker looks. You got all the sculpted detail, and yeah, it's translucent blue with some silver paint thrown on there. And yeah, I'm definitely a fan of that. So let's check out his swappable hands right here, which are very nice. They're more of kind of a, I don't know, I guess this would be his hand that isn't holding the hammer. If you only have him holding one of the hammers, his hand might be going like that. I don't know what he'd be doing, but it would definitely go good with a pose, so we'll try to do that probably later in the video because I have an idea how I want to display this guy. So let's check out his two lightning effects right here, which these are cool. I couldn't really figure out how to attach them. They don't attach to his wrists as I thought they did. I think they just attach to the hammers themselves, so let's do that. So it looks like they just kind of wrap around the handles here. Yeah, I don't really know what to do with these lightning effects. I'm sure if I sat down and spent some time doing this, I could probably figure out what the heck they're supposed to be, but I can't really figure out what to do with them. I'll have to look up some reviews because I haven't seen any reviews for this guy in a while. So I don't remember exactly how you use these. Yeah, I just dropped it. I don't remember how you're supposed to use these lightning effects on the hammers here. So I'll try to figure that out because I did want to use them, but I can't figure out a way to make them look right. But I'm sure if I fiddle with it for a little while, I'll come up with something. But whatever I do kind of ends up looking weird and awkward because it's like sticking out to one side or the other. I guess that looks okay. So yeah, I guess you just kind of fiddle with it until you come up with something that looks cool, which I think that looks kind of okay. So yeah, let's check out Thor's articulation. All right, so for his articulation, he actually moves pretty well for the size of this guy. You know, he's a bit chunkier, so you wouldn't expect him to have as good of articulation, but Hasbro continues to surprise us with larger characters like the Black Series Wrecker, where they actually have pretty good articulation. Most notably, I actually was really impressed by this. This ball joint at the middle of the torso actually can get some really great range and movement out of it. So yeah, that's definitely a plus for the figure. And the legs can probably do some dynamic stuff as well. You've got the thigh swivel and you can lift them up and all that. So you could probably get some cool poses out of those. And then the arms are really well articulated as well. The arms aren't really hindered much at all. So yeah, you could probably get some really cool dynamic poses. I guess maybe not extremely dynamic, but dynamic for this version of Thor. So you could probably get some cool stuff out of him if you're really good at posing and really patient. But I'm going to come up with a simple pose to give you guys a closer look at the God of Thunder. All right, so there's Thor, and that's the pose I came up with. Unfortunately, the lightning effect doesn't work as well as I want it to. Like I said, if I fiddled with it for a while, I might be able to figure something out. But that's all I've come up with for now, but I do like that pose where he's holding up Stormbreaker. And you might be wondering why he's off so far to the side of the screen. It's because I'm finally going to put together the Endgame Trinity. So here we have the Thanos Bath Captain America. Alright, so there he is, and he is holding Mjolnir because I wanted him to. And this way I didn't have to get the worthy Captain America, so that's really nice. So yeah, there we have Captain America holding his shield and Mjolnir. And then we will have the Thanos Bath Mark 85 Iron Man. All right, so there we have the Trinity all together, and they look so good together. I'm so happy to have all three of these guys. Originally, I was going to try to track down all of these and try to get the Worthy Cap and, like, I think the Thor Bath Mark 85 Iron Man, and that would have been really expensive, so I'm glad I was able to get both these guys from Big Bad Toy Store and get this guy as a gift. I was able to get all the exact same figures that I wanted, but for a lot less. So I'm really happy to have this in my collection. I think it looks awesome. So yeah, let me give you guys my finishing thoughts on this review. So for my finishing thoughts on this review of the Endgame Infinity Saga Thor, I really do like the figure. Mjolnir is my main complaint, is that it looked kind of silly the way they had it straight out of the box, which is why I actually took the time to try to spray paint it, and I think it turned out okay. But yeah, I'm still really a big fan of this figure, and it's mainly just the head sculpt, the sculpt of the body, and the armor, and of course that bright red cape. It all just comes so well together to pretty much perfectly recreate the look of what Thor looked like at the end of Endgame. So I'm really happy with that, and mostly I'm so happy to finally have all three of these guys together, and I'm always going to have my MCU Infinity Saga Trinity right here with Cap, Tony, and Thor. And yeah, that's going to pretty much close out this review of Thor. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, please leave a like. If you like Marvel Legends figures, especially MCU figures, I do a lot of those reviews on my channel. My channel is mainly focused on collecting Marvel Legends and Star Wars The Black Series. So if you're interested in neither of those things, definitely consider subscribing if you haven't already in order to join the Knights of Mischief. As always, I hope you guys found this review helpful. Hope you found it enjoyable, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.